Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. So today we are going to talk about one of the most important things into the game that you always use during fighting or during gathering or during daily tasks, and that's your dragon. So right now in the game there are three types of dragons that you can unlock, and they get progressively higher to obtain, but they also give you bigger bonuses as you unlock them. So the first two dragons uh, are the free ones, and the third one is the dragon that you can only obtain by using black diamonds. So let's start with our first dragon, and his name is Darkfire. He's the first dragon to unlock while you start the game, and you unlock him and level him up by using Fairy Essence. And you can buy them by using the Mark of the True Dragon tokens, or else there are several events that give you Fairy Essence. He's the easiest dragon to max during the first stages of the game, but this doesn't make him weaker than the other dragons. His base two skills that you unlock as you level him up is the construction speed and the research speed, which they both can activate it once a day, and they, as the name suggests, they're going to give you some boost on construction speed and some boost on your research speed. For example, right here I get 5.5 hours per day as a boost from the dragon by just using their skill, which is free. It doesn't cost them anything. I'll come to the cost of your dragon skills in a few. Second one is the red Dragonos, some people say, or otherwise Moon Shadow. So he is a bit harder to obtain, but right now with the rewards that you get from Alliance Conquest and Sins of Winterfell, he got a little bit cheaper and easier to max to level 60. You can unlock him by using again the Mark of the True Dragons, and first you buy his egg and then you level him up by using Shadow Essence, that they're 10 Mark of the True Dragon each. So his base skills is Instant Collection, where you can collect once every 30 hours on the max level. You can insta collect 4 resources. It doesn't matter how big they are, if they're level 1 or level 5. Preferably you are going to use it for level 5, so it gets a little bit more value. But this is his base skill, and to be honest, it's really useful if you want to get like 15 million resources really fast with this skill. His second ability is going to be Dragon Bite. This is a really useful ability if you're going to attack someone, and it reduces the enemy total attack by 15% for 2 hours, and also injures from 23k to 27k. This is a little bit random number, between 23 to 27k troops. It kills low tier troops first, and also it can kill troops if their hospital is full, but usually they're not, and the troops injured cannot exceed 5% of the total troops in the city. So this skill is really useful if you're going to attack someone, but otherwise it doesn't see a lot of uses as the instant collection. You can use Dragon Bite during KVK a lot because it's only half an hour cooldown time, and you only use it usually during these stages of the game. For example, KVK, or you invade another kingdom. This skill costs, it's not free, and it costs Horn of Awakening. And to be honest, if you have unlocked this Drake on the maximum level, you are going to have plenty of Mark of the True Dragons, so you can buy Horns of Awakening. They're 5 tokens each, so if you want to use the Dragon Bite skill, it's going to cost you 50 tokens. And lastly, we're going to have the Ice Dragon, if you want to say that. Some people call it Ice Dragon, but his real name is Sapphire, and you can only get him by obtaining his unique essence, which is Sapphire Essence, and you can only buy them with black diamonds. As far as I know, we didn't have any free Sapphire Essence during my time playing the game. So Sapphire Drake, why he's so strong and everybody is talking about this Sapphire Drake, and why he's useful to everybody that wants to fight. So basically it comes down to stats, because Sapphire Drake on the base level compared to the other two Drakes, he's going to have more strength, more defense and more agility. So strength for a dragon is the damage that it deals to the enemy troops. It attacks the first row first and all the first row at the same time. Defense is going to reduce the damage from the enemy dragon, and agility is going to determine how fast your dragon attacks. And this, I think, is about the same for every dragon on 1100. But what makes the Sapphire Drake really special is his unique skills. So let's start with the Glory of Combats. This is a passive that you get from the Sapphire Drake, and increase your total attack by 20% on the max level. So increase your total attack, as I said, by 20% on every battle that Sapphire participates in, and in a rally it only affects for the rally initiator, so you can't stack the 20% buff from multiple blue drakes. After that we got Agile. To be honest, this is a skill that you unlock really early, I think on level 15 of the blue drake, and it's going to give you some passive stats as well as some active stats. So passively he's going to give you a marching speed and then army size plus some rallied army size. But if you activate his skill for 5 horns, it's going to give you a further 10% marching speed and a further 30,000 army size plus 90,000 rally army size. It lasts for about 30 minutes, and its cooldown is at base level on 8 hours, excuse me. So this is really good because he always going to give you a passive, and it doesn't matter if he's going to be on your formation or not for this passive to take place. And he's really good, and to be honest, it's really good to have a skill that unlocks so early, and it's going to help you a little bit. His next skill is going to be Devastate, and it costs 15 horns, or otherwise 75 mark of the true dragon. And this skill it lasts for 60 minutes after use, but in reality it's going to last for 3 battles. So if you do 3 attacks really rapidly, it's not going to last for 60 minutes. It's going to last for 3 battles or 60 minutes, whichever comes first. So what does this ability do? The troops that Sapphire attacks are going to die immediately and not being injured. So they're not going to go to the hospital, and they're going to die for sure. And there's going to be a 40% chance on the max level that the enemy troops are not going to be able to attack for 5 seconds. That means that it only works for the first row, because it doesn't attack every row at the same time. He only attacks the first row, so the first row is going to have a 40% chance of not attacking for the next 5 seconds of his attack. Next up is going to be one of the strongest skills that the Blue Drake has, and arguably the skill that everybody wants into the game. I think it's maybe the strongest skill that is available in the game for any dragon, and this skill is going to change the tide of a battle tremendously. So this skill is called Blockade, and on the first stage you unlock it on level 40 that this dragon is right now. So this skill is going to make the castle that you use it on unable to random transfer or precise transfer, and he can't go on a different kingdom during KVK. So, as well as reducing their training speed by 10% and healing speed by 20%, but it's not why you really use it. So on the first stage of this skill is going to blockade one castle for 12 minutes. That doesn't mean that the castle can't bubble up. If it's out of favor, it can bubble up, but usually you're going to use a blockade on the castle that has favor, so you're going to be able to rally it or solve it depending the situation. Where the things get really interesting is when the blockade becomes max, and I think that is going to be on the level 60 or level 55, I'm not sure exactly, but the blockade, when used to a castle, is going to blockade that castle specifically and 8 more castles around it. So let me give you an example on the world map right now. So let's say I'm going to blockade myself, which is, you can do that. Let's say I'm trying to blockade myself. It's going to blockade 3 by 3 square around me. So it's going to blockade this account, this account, this account, this account, and so on. So the blue dragon is going to blockade 9 castles in total for 30 minutes. This is really good if your alliance is going to hit multiple castles at the same time. Maybe they jump in to reinforce for a rally and you want to cut them out of guard. This is a great way to catch off guard like 9 castles, and if you can, zero them at the same time. But as I said, if they are out of favor, it doesn't matter. If they are blockaded, they can bubble up. Also, if you blockade someone, he is able to move kingdoms during regular times, but he is not able to move kingdoms during KVK. And lastly, the final skill that the Sapphire Drakes unlock is the Flaming Breath, and for the 30 minutes after use or 3 battles, whichever comes first, the Sapphire is going to attack all enemy troops at once, and his attack is going to be doubled, or he is going to increase attack by 100%, the same thing, and it's going to reduce the enemy damage dealt by 20% for 40 seconds. So this skill is really good, especially if you use it at the same time with Devastate. So Devastate and Flaming Breath, you can attack every lane of the enemy, and if you're lucky with the 40% chance from Devastate, it can make the whole enemy army unable to attack for 5 seconds. The Flaming Breath is really strong, and to be honest, is a little bit expensive side on the horns. Is going to cost you 150 horns, but to be honest, if you have a level 60 blue drake, I don't think the horns are going to be the problem for you. So that's everything about the dragons and their base stats. On the next video we are going to talk about the dragon blessings, because it needs a video on its own, and it's already 15 minutes. So thanks everyone that stayed that long into the video. Thanks for watching, guys, and I see you on the next one.
I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire.